Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abby, and today we're going to be discussing the IPP Survey Q&As. Okay, so the first question that I would like to focus on is describe a medical error read and learned within this course. How do you think it impacted the patient, the health professionals involved? Okay, so a medical error that we talked about in class is a medical medication error. There are protocols in place to make sure that patients get the right medication. However, errors can occur when protocols are not followed correctly. Medication errors can cause harm to the patient. So, for example, if a patient was given the wrong medication and they were taking blood thinners, and instead of a blood thinner, they got another medication that was not equivalent to a blood thinner. Therefore, their blood began to thicken and they threw a clot and they died. This is a very extreme case, however, it can happen. In this case, how was the patient impacted? They were impacted negatively. Nothing good can come from a blood clot. And they died. The health professionals involved would most likely lose their license due to not following protocols correctly. The next question is harm versus error. What is the role of human behavior in today's healthcare environment? Are we getting too busy to be too careful? Are medical errors always avoidable? Explain your perspective and include examples. Okay, so the role of human behavior in today's healthcare environment is extremely important. Healthcare professionals are getting extremely lax and burnout due to extreme working conditions that are not safe for the patient or the practitioner. Practitioners being pushed beyond their limits are making them too busy to be careful. Thus, medical errors are more likely to occur. Medical errors are not always avoidable if they are equipment or education related. For example, if an MRI and CT machine shuts down completely and the MRI and/or CT is needed to detect a stroke and the stroke goes untreated due to equipment failure, that is not the practitioner's fault. Medical errors can also occur due to misteachings. If a practitioner is new to a hospital and isn't taught the correct protocols for certain jobs, they can cause medical errors on accident. And the last question is, does technology always create safe care? So technology is extremely important in today's day and age. We use technology everywhere. Technology does not always create safe care for patients, but for the most part, it does protect them. So patients need lots of things that help them, like they need oxygen, they need a heart monitor to measure their heart rate and their pulse and everything else. They need blood pressures. They need to get scans for injuries. Without technology, patients wouldn't get the adequate care they need to get better. A long time ago, we didn't have technology, and we did okay, but we do better now that we have technology. Technology has advanced healthcare. However, it can hinder healthcare just because equipment can fail. It's not 100% accurate all the time either. So, technology can improve care, but if there's an equipment failure, it can send a patient into decline. So let's say that something crazy happens and the power goes out, and for some reason the backup generator just doesn't work. So in that case, that would be very bad because everything in the hospital would shut off. Someone on life support would pass away because their body is no longer being supported by a machine. So in this case, technology fails, and it fails people. And then also, technology can be helpful when documenting, but can also lead to HIPAA violation if someone does not log out correctly. I know that within my hospital, we have a protocol where if you log into a computer and you're documenting, as soon as you get up, you log out. That way, nobody has access to what you have access to. So, and that's it. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you guys have a good evening.